Hello, my name's David McCarthy. I run the CELTS language school and activities here in Edinburgh, and I've been working with Cooltours for about the last 18 years. We have plenty of experience of Austrian school groups coming here to Edinburgh, and we love to look after them and make sure that the students have a good time. We've put together a short video here to explain a little bit more about what you might expect from your homestay accommodation with host families. So let's hear a little bit now from Lindsay Jenkins, who organises all the host families for your stay.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm the host family organiser for Edinburgh. I place the students in host family prior to your arrival and deal with any problems that you may have during your stay. We have lots of different types of families that you can stay in when you stay in Edinburgh. We have families with young children, we have older retired couples, and we also have single ladies with or without children. It's also common for Scottish families to have pets, cats or dogs. So it's important when you're giving your medical information that you let us know of any allergies that you may have, so that we can choose a family without pets. This is the same for any food allergies that you may have. Your families will receive this information prior to your arrival, but it's also helpful to receive a list of foods that you like to eat or can't. Please talk to your family when you are here about the food that you like to eat and don't like to eat. Most families will try and give food that they think that you will like to eat, i.e. pizzas, burgers and chips. It can be very nervous arriving to a new family, and it may feel different to what you're used to at home. If you have any concerns about your family whilst you are here, please try and talk to your family about it first. If you feel you can't, please let your teacher know and they will let me know, and we will try and resolve it as quickly as possible. We try to arrange your host family details as far in advance as possible. However, some families may have to cancel due to health reasons or family emergencies. If we do have to change your family, we will send this information as quickly as possible, although sometimes a family may cancel right up until the day of arrival, so you would receive that information the day you arrive.
So now I'm going to share a few bits of information with you about host families. Let's talk about where the homes are located to start with. You should expect at least a half an hour bus journey from your home into the city centre. Bear in mind that during weekdays when you're travelling in for your lessons, you will be travelling in the rush hour, and you may need to add another 10 to 15 minutes to the scheduled bus time. What are some of the differences that you might see between homes in Edinburgh and homes in Austria? Well, the first thing to say is homes in Edinburgh generally are much smaller. The rooms themselves are much smaller. So expect to be in a small house. Now, what about the temperature? Well, frankly, houses in Scotland are colder than houses in Austria. I've been in many homes in Austria, and personally, I find it far too hot. I'm used to the temperatures in Scottish homes. You may have it anywhere between 21 and 23 degrees. In Scotland, we tend to have our homes at around about 19 degrees. The other thing to remember is that the price of electricity and gas to heat the homes is very expensive in Scotland. As a result, we do not have the heat on all the time. It is quite common for many homes to only have the heat on for 1 hour in the morning, just to take away the chill before you get up out of bed. And then in the evening, for the heat to only be on for perhaps 2 or 3 hours. So you might feel colder than you do at home. What do we do about that? We simply wear more clothes, thicker sweaters. If you are too cold in your bedroom, then we strongly suggest you ask the host family either to turn on the heat or to give you an extra blanket for your bed. Expect them to give you an extra blanket. It's cheaper. One thing to be aware of about Edinburgh is that we are a very multicultural city. Do not be surprised if, for example, your host family are Muslim. They may even get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to pray. However, many of these families have actually grown up in Scotland and are native Scots, even though their family background may be from another country. One of the benefits of staying with a multicultural family is that they may be extremely good at cooking. Some of you, however, will experience that Scottish families will provide ready meals for just about every meal that they do. They go off to the supermarket, they buy lasagna, pizza, they stick it in the oven or the microwave. 3 minutes later, 15 minutes later, your meal is ready and they haven't really had to do anything. Now, we are aware that many of you are not particularly keen on ready meals. Nonetheless, this is partly an experience to see how other people in other countries live. We are absolutely certain that you can survive 7 days of this sort of food. No student has yet died from this. Another difference that you may experience when staying in a Scottish family is your host mum may well say to you, for breakfast you have cereal, you have toast, you have jam, you have tea and coffee. It's all there on the counter, the milk is in the fridge, help yourself. Do not necessarily expect a Scottish family to get up and serve you breakfast. In fact, if they say help yourself, treat yourself as though you are one of the family, from their point of view, this is one of the friendliest things that they can say to you. Always assuming your teachers allow this, then you may wish to eat out one evening with your friends. If you want to do this, please tell your host family in advance, preferably 24 hours in advance, latest first thing in the morning before you leave the house. Should you have any problems during your stay, please inform your teachers as soon as possible. Obviously, we cannot do anything about problems if we don't know about them. The final thing I would like to say is that many problems are due to miscommunication or misunderstanding. We had 3 girls last year who complained to their teacher the next day, we didn't get any dinner. When we investigated this with the host mum, she said, well, I did ask them 3 times. And we said, what did you ask them? Do you want any tea? No. Are you sure you don't want any tea? No, we don't. Are you really sure you don't want any tea? No, thank you. The host mum was using the word tea in this instance to mean the hot evening meal. We can say tea, dinner or supper, and it all means a hot evening meal. These are the sort of misunderstandings that can happen. So please just check with the host family if you're not sure you've understood. So at Cool Scot Tours, we wanted to introduce Austrian students to 1 or 2 of the host families that host in Edinburgh. So perhaps you'd like to introduce yourself to the students, tell us your name and who lives in your house.
My name is Majana Khatun. I am married. My husband's name is Majul Islam. I have 2 kids, 2 boys. Their name is Mahdi Islam and Ahyan Islam. Mahdi is 9 years old and Ahyan is 4 years old.
Excellent. And how long have you been hosting students here in Edinburgh?
I've been hosting since 2016.
My name's Phyllis Melvin. I've been doing the homestays for approximately 18 years.
My name is Jim Melvin. I'm not Phyllis's better half, or other half, and I've been assisting her for the last 18 years.
I've spoken previously on the video about the fact that homes in Edinburgh are often a little bit colder than those in Austria. Perhaps you could just tell us, when do you normally put the heating on?
Okay, so I put the heating on in the morning, so before, like half an hour before the kids get up. So when they get up, they like feel more warmer.
Yeah.
I also put the heating on before they come back from school, and also before the students come back in the evening. I also put the heating on before we go to bed, so it's warmer during the night as well.
So it sounds as though in your home it's usually warm when people are here.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah. I also like to ask the students as well if they would like the heating on.
Perfect. And tell me, what happens in the summer? Do you have the heating on in the summer?
And normally we don't tend to have the heating on because it's quite hot in the summer, so the heating's not on during the summer.
I'm aware that most of our students come from warmer countries, so I'm aware that they need their heating on 24/7. But I hope they have been warned before they come, that you don't come to Scotland for the weather. So that's up to the teachers to tell them all this. But I have to say, they seem to come well equipped.
So could you give us an example of the types of meals that you provide for the students?
I provide a mixture of home-cooked meals and ready-made meals. For example, for home-cooked meals, I'll provide pasta, and for ready-made meals, it will be chips and fish and chips, or chips with burger, something like that.
Okay. And if the students are vegetarian, what sort of vegetarian meals would you provide?
So for ready-made meals, it will be something like chips with plant-based, and if I wanted to add it in the pasta, I would use corn mince, plant-based mince.
The evening meals, we're asked to supply 2 courses. So we normally have homemade soup, and then we'll have a meal of pasta, of chicken, salad. But I do ask them if they have any dietary requirements, because I'm very well aware of celiac, vegan, vegetarians. And if I know that to start with, we don't have a problem.
So I've explained to students that in some families, the families invite the students to help themselves to breakfast. Is that what happens in your home?
Yes, they help themselves. I leave everything out the night before, and in the morning they will find everything ready for them.
And everything is what? What sort of foods do they get for breakfast?
I would leave out toast, cereal. For the toast, I'll leave out jam, butter, chocolate, Nutella, and they have varieties of like hot drinks, like tea, coffee. If they want a hot chocolate, they could have hot chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a variety of breakfast, and they help themselves.
Yes. Yeah, so it's a variety. Everything's out, even the plates, the bowls, everything's out for them, ready.
So they just have to get out of bed, help themselves to breakfast, and then leave the home to get to the language school.
Well, my husband always does breakfast. What they do they get a cereal, a choice of 3 cereals, which is like bran, Rice Krispies or cornflakes. They get milk, they get water. I don't encourage fizzy juices, not at all. If they want fizzy juice, they get that themselves. But I try and do a healthy, balanced diet. They don't get sausage, bacon and eggs and black pudding. That's not what we do.
The students will have a bus ticket to allow them to get into the city centre. How far away is the bus stop from your home?
The bus stop is less than 5 minutes away.
Okay. And do you show the students where the bus stop is?
My husband shows them the bus stop, and also he shows them on the map how to get to the school.
Perfect. Okay. And roughly, how long does it take by bus to get into the city centre?
So it takes 20 minutes on a quiet road to get to school, and on the rush hour, it takes half an hour to go to school.
The first thing I do with the students, apart from introducing myself and taking their shoes off at the door, I say to them, we'll go round to the bus stop now. If the timing's right, not at 1 o'clock in the morning, obviously. I take them round by foot. It takes approximately 3 minutes to go to the bus stop. I tell them the number of the bus. I usually have a bus timetable, but I'm finding that they all have the apps on their phone anyway. So they get a bus 3 minutes from the door and they get off 3 minutes from the door. So it's very convenient. Sometimes because we're off the Queensferry Road, we have a lot of traffic, sometimes delays. But I think we've got a fantastic bus service, and they all say they're delighted with the bus service, and the buses we have, I think, are fantastic.
I look forward to welcoming you to Edinburgh and hope you enjoy your stay in our host families.
So that's it. I hope you found this video useful and informative. We're looking forward to you coming to visit Edinburgh. It's a great place and we're sure you'll have a great time. Thank you.